Okay, we're going to try and hammer out some reviews here because I've got some lone VHS from my good buddy Jonathan in lovely Santa Ana, the county seat of Orange County. He has loaned me his copy of the 1987 classic Barfly, starring Mickey Rourke and Faye Dunaway. So I have always heard of this movie, but I have never seen it. It was directed by an Iranian-born Swiss director, Barbet Schroeder, and it has a 100-minute runtime. This movie came out the year I was born, and it was put out by Canon Corporation. However, it was a Francis Ford Coppola production, and his Zoetrope Studios was the studio that helped make it. So Charles Bukowski, the famous poet of the nitty-gritty and author of Germanic descent, made Los Angeles his home. This is basically his autobiographical story. He wrote the screenplay for this movie in 1984 for the director, Schroeder. And he wrote the part. He wanted Sean Penn to play the part, but Sean Penn wanted Dennis Hopper to direct it, and Schroeder would not relinquish the rights to the picture that Bukowski had written the screenplay for. So then the part ended up going to Mickey Rourke. And I thought Mickey Rourke did a decent job. My first impression when I first started rolling the tape is I thought it kind of felt like more of a playwright, and I felt like the part of Rourke was overacted. And there's contradictory statements made by Bukowski. So when the movie came out in 1987, Bukowski said that he thought that Rourke did a great job playing the part. However, later on, Bukowski was noted as saying he didn't really care for the performance played by Rourke, and he felt that he didn't play the part right, and kind of echoed the sentiment that I initially felt, where he felt that the part was played over the top and too exaggerated, which is yes and no, because I ended up really enjoying the Rourke character. The Rourke character plays an alter ego of Charles Bukowski. Bukowski would go through these drunk phases where he was essentially a barfly, the namesake of the movie, and he would hang out with all these degenerates and lowlifes and seedy bars in Los Angeles, and his alter ego would be Henry Chansky, which was the Rourke character. And so it's kind of a slice of his life. That being said, there's not a whole lot on the movie. The article from Wikipedia talks about some technical achievements, so let's just talk about the part that I liked. I liked catching a slice of Los Angeles that I feel is long gone. One-room, transient type of hotels with shared bathrooms and kitchens. It's just kind of all these seedy bars down on Skid Row. Maybe they're still there. I used to work in Los Angeles 10 years ago. I can't remember, but I'm sure it's changed a lot since then. It's a slice of life. And he was drawn, that being Bukowski, was drawn to kind of like the underdogs, the poor, and he was kind of like this underground poet and author, not really respected in the U.S. until after his death by the academics. In Europe, he was really popular at the time. Bukowski died in 1994 at age 73, and he was a mailman. Aside from his writing, he wrote over 60 books, poems too numerous to mention. But I really like the film as like it captures something dark, and it's sad, although they market the movie as a comedy on the box, and online it says black comedy, but this copy from the late 80s says comedy. Here's a quote from the back of the box from Siskel and Ebert: "One of the year's 10 best, a terrific movie, completely original from beginning to end." And I truly feel that way. I thought the parts of Dunaway and Rourke were tragic, because of their just steeped in alcoholism and violence and just the depravity of hanging out in bars and trying to scrape by to get enough money for the next drink. But I also liked the camaraderie that you see in the film. of all these people that come around him, and you're questioning, are they really his friend, or they just want a free drink when he comes into money, that being the Rourke character. So this film has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 76%, IMDb a little bit higher, 7.1 out of 10, and unfortunately Google changed the ways you can't just see an overall rating, but I scrolled through the Google user reviews and there was plenty of 5-star reviews in there, and I would be happy to put my 5 out of 5 on this film. I think it's a classic. It's a sad movie and a funny movie at parts. Again, what I like, the way they filmed it, lots of these seedy bars, lots of neon lights, and just dark environments with bad bar lighting exposing everything. My wife said the Rourke character looks very greasy and unwashed, but I think that's kind of the point. He has this opportunity where he could ascend to glory in the high life of the writing sphere with the Westwood set of UCLA, and he chooses instead to stay with his people. The people of Skid Row and all the bars and the down and outs. Those are his people. And I just really enjoyed the Rourke character. I think that he should have been nominated. Only Faye Dunaway was nominated for a few awards. Nothing major. And Rourke was nominated for like some award called like the Independent Spirit Award. But I think that was an Academy Award worthy performance. They felt different, obviously, in 1987 and 88. The movie was not successful at the box office. It had a $5 million budget, and it only made $3.2 million at the box office. I liked the fact that the Rourke character was cast over Sean Penn. I thought he did a fine job, and again, I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Jonathan, for loaning me this movie. Truly, it is a classic, and it is an X-Video rental copy. Alamo Video. 527-7331. Don't know. There's no area code, so we don't know where Alamo Video was. There's their stock number. This copy was not played a lot because you could just tell by the clarity of the tape. So thank you very much, everybody. We'll tune in next time. We're going to be reviewing more films to come that my friend has sent me. They're there on the shelf, waiting for their chance in the spotlight. See you then.